how many times are we going to do this? How many times are we going to have either our children sent home, isolated, missing weeks of school at a time? How long until they shut the schools down again? They send them all home for online learning.
Alberta mandating masks for kids grades 4 and up this week, but some parents say they need to go further. Danielle Clark says her 6-year-old son tested positive for COVID after going back to school for only 1 week.
One of the most frustrating parts is that he was one of the only children in his class who actually wore a mask. Many of them weren't. And so I'm frustrated that we took all the steps that we were supposed to take. We followed the rules and we still ended up with COVID because other people cannot be bothered. The government can't be bothered to mandate it.
You know, in many ways, it's as if we're flying blind going into this pandemic.
Edmonton Public Schools Director Tricia Estabrooks said that without support from Alberta Health Services, schools don't have an accurate picture of COVID, leaving a number of positive COVID cases undetected.
So what we are calling on the government to do is to reinstate contact tracing, to inform us when there are positive cases of COVID in our schools, as well as to put back in place the quarantining measures when there is close contacts with positive COVID cases in our schools.
Emily McKenzie says that contact tracing last year prevented her family from spreading COVID when her 4-year-old son caught the virus from preschool.
Once it came into our house, did not spread anywhere else. And that wouldn't have been possible without contact tracing. Like, no matter how responsible we are, we don't have the tools to stop the spread if we don't know what's happening and where it is in the communities.
The Government of Alberta website says that school authorities continue to have the ability and the corresponding accountability to put in place local measures that may exceed provincial guidance. But Danielle Clark continues to call on the province to take on a bigger leadership role to protect her son. In Edmonton, Sarah Chu, City News.